Hello, Zelda fans, and welcome to another video where we discuss the most controversial Zelda games of all time. The Legend of Zelda is one of the most beloved and influential franchises in gaming history, but not every game in the series has been universally praised or accepted by fans and critics alike. Some games have divided the fanbase over their art style, gameplay, story, or design choices, while others have sparked heated debates over their place in the timeline or their quality compared to other entries. In this video, we will rank the top 5 most controversial Zelda games of all time, based on our own opinions and some online research. We will also explain why these games are controversial and what we think of them personally. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our future videos. And now, let's get started with our list. The first game on our list is Skyward Sword, the 2011 Wii game that serves as the origin story of the Zelda series. Skyward Sword was a highly anticipated game that promised to deliver a rich and immersive experience with motion controls, a colorful art style, and a deep story that explored the origins of Link, Zelda, Ganon, and the Master Sword. However, Skyward Sword also received a lot of criticism for its linear structure, repetitive gameplay, hand-holding tutorials, annoying companion character Fi, and unreliable motion controls that sometimes failed to register the player's movements accurately. Skyward Sword also introduced some controversial elements to the Zelda lore, such as the existence of a goddess named Hylia, the origin of demise as the source of evil, and the concept of reincarnation for Link and Zelda. Some fans loved Skyward Sword for its story, characters, music, and dungeons, while others hated it for its flaws and inconsistencies. Skyward Sword is a game that you either love or hate, with very little middle ground.
My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gonna launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over.
The next game on our list is The Wind Waker, the 2002 GameCube game that introduced a cel-shaded art style to the Zelda series. The Wind Waker was a huge departure from the previous 3D Zelda games, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, which had a more realistic and dark tone. The Wind Waker's cartoonish graphics were initially met with backlash from fans who expected a more mature and epic Zelda game on the GameCube. The Wind Waker also featured a vast ocean world that required sailing between islands, which some players found boring and tedious. The Wind Waker's story also revealed that Hyrule had been flooded by the gods after Ganon's return, which raised some questions about the timeline and continuity of the series. However, The Wind Waker also gained a lot of praise for its charming characters, expressive animations, beautiful music, and fun gameplay mechanics. The Wind Waker's art style also aged well over time and influenced later games in the series. The Wind Waker is a game that was hated at first but loved later.
For the climb and moving under my prime, just quit my 9 to 5. I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, so stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb.
And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna get it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up.
The third game on our list is Breath of the Wild, the 2017 Switch game that revolutionized the Zelda series with an open-world design that gave players unprecedented freedom and exploration. Breath of the Wild was a massive success that won numerous awards and accolades for its innovation, creativity, and beauty. Breath of the Wild also introduced some new features to the Zelda series, such as voice acting, physics-based gameplay, weapon durability, cooking system, and shrines. However, Breath of the Wild also had its share of controversy among fans who felt that it strayed too far from the traditional Zelda formula. Some fans criticized Breath of the Wild for its lack of dungeons, bosses, items, music, story, and difficulty. Some fans also disliked Breath of the Wild's minimalist approach to storytelling and lore building that relied more on environmental clues than cutscenes or dialogue. Breath of the Wild is a game that was loved by many but disliked by some.
Said I never give
fuck. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never off it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous. Honest, can I stop this? Never cautious, drop it. I'm the hardest. Knock, knock, bitch, watch it. I'm the fucking king of rock, bitch. Profit, spitting hot shit. Off topic, chronic. I think I'm motherfucking lost it. Making back, matter of fact, making racks where it's at. Have my back to the mat, not an act, that's a fact. We attack in a back, no react, no react. Think I'm black, off his back, while I rap, not to snap. Throw a jab, give a crap. We're advanced, I'm the man. Got a plan better than most brands. Goddamn, I'ma rhyme till I die. Never lie, that's a lie. I don't try, I defy. Can't deny that I'm right, yeah.
Like a student though, working on a movement, yeah, I'll do it cause I'm in the zone. And you know that I'm ready for the shows. How it goes, I don't know, but I'm waiting till I'm chose. Front row, here I go. All these people wanna know what you think of them lately. Do you really love?
The second game on our list is Majora's Mask, the 2064 game that was a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask was a game that was never supposed to exist, as it was developed in only 1 year using the same engine and assets as Ocarina. Majora's Mask was a dark and twisted game that took place in an alternate world called Termina, where a cursed mask named Majora had possessed a mischievous imp named Skull Kid and was about to crash the moon into the earth in 3 days. Link had to use his ocarina to manipulate time and his masks to transform into different races and forms, while helping the people of Termina with their problems and fears. Majora's Mask was a game that explored themes of death, grief, identity, and fate, and had a haunting atmosphere and soundtrack. Majora's Mask was also a game that divided fans over its unconventional structure, gameplay mechanics, and tone. Some fans loved Majora's Mask for its depth, emotion, and creativity, while others hated it for its difficulty, repetition, and weirdness. Majora's Mask is a game that was misunderstood at first but appreciated later.
Love me or do you really hate me? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you grade me? All this social media has got me going crazy lately. Everything's inflated, mainly everyone's invaded. Privacy is naked, man, I really hate it. God, I really hate it. I just wanna make it through all this fake shit. Living in the real life, living for some real times. Talk about the real climb, passionate in real rhymes. Steal time back from my 9 to 5, taking back my fucking life. I just wanna feel alive.
And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna get it,
yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh.
And finally, the number 1 spot on our list goes to The Adventure of Link, the 1987 NES game that was the second game in the Zelda series. The Adventure of Link was a radical departure from the first Zelda game, as it introduced a side-scrolling perspective for combat, an exploration, a leveling system for Link's attributes, magic spells, towns with NPCs, and lives for Link. The Adventure of Link also had a more complex story that involved Link having to awaken Princess Zelda from an enchanted sleep by placing 6 crystals in 6 palaces guarded by powerful bosses. The Adventure of Link was a game that challenged players with its high difficulty level, cryptic puzzles, hidden secrets, and frustrating mechanics. The Adventure of Link was also a game that alienated fans who expected a more faithful sequel to the first Zelda game. Some fans admired The Adventure of Link for its innovation, variety, and challenge, while others despised it for its deviation, frustration, and unfairness. The Adventure of Link is a game that was controversial from the start and remains so today.
I swear to God I'll get it, bro. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Said I never give up. Fake it till I make it. Motherfucking take it back from me.
And that concludes our list of the top 5 most controversial Zelda games of all time. Do you agree or disagree with our ranking? Which Zelda game do you think is the most controversial and why? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more Zelda content. Thanks for watching and see you next time.